seminar on the theme Inner Tranquility, Leading Psychology for a Perfect World. You're all seated in a magnanimous campus, Shanti Sarovar, Academy for a Better World. As the name suggests, the Shanti Sarovar is doing lots of national and international projects for the betterment of the society in bringing a perfect world, heaven-like world. A brief video now presenting before you shows Shanti Sarovar, a lake of peace. As you have seen, as you have witnessed, many service projects benefiting lakhs and millions of people taking initiative in doing many national and international projects. Brahma Kumaris is tirelessly working, and Shanti Sarovar is the South India's biggest academy of Brahma Kumaris. Now, I would like to request Dr. Geeta Chella, founder and director, Mano Jagrati, Hyderabad, to share the dais, and we all will clap while inviting the guests onto the dais. I also invite Mrs. Kusum Vik onto the stage, founder and director, Mind Matrix Wellness Studio, renowned TEDx speaker and counseling psychologist all the way from Pune. I also request Brother Shrikant, National Coordinator of SpARC Spiritual Applications Research Center, National Coordinator Shrikant Bhai. I also invite Sanjay Bhai, Headquarters Coordinator, SpARC Wing, to take your seat. I request our sisters to welcome the guests on the dais. We are all great honored because we have in the amidst us Raj Yogini Kuldeep Didi ji. We all welcome her with standing ovation, and we welcome Didi. She has all the way come here to address all the psychologists here. Many people are on the way. They will be joining here, and at the outset, let me introduce Rajyogini Kuldeep Didi ji. From the past 67 years, can you imagine 67 years, she is practicing this Raj Yoga meditation. When it was the time for her to decide whether to go into the academic side or into the spiritual side, she had a thought that she has to take a shoulder a responsibility in bringing better society onto this world. And immediately, with the blessings of elders of Brahma Kumari's organization, she has come here. She has taken the decision of taking the path of spirituality, and from the past 67 years, she has been serving the humanity in all the ways, in spiritual ways. She has received so many awards. Maharani Jhansi Puraskar Award, Daughter of the Soil Award, and many, many. And also, she is a great leader, a visionary, director of Brahma Kumari's organization. So at the outset, I would like to request Ranjogini Kuldeep Didi ji to give her blessings and inspirations to all the psychologists.
ओम शांति। मंचासीन सभी गेस्ट का बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन है और श्रीकांत भाई का भी विशेष अभिनंदन है, जो कि अपना समय निकालकर विशेष माउंट आबू से यहाँ पधारे। उनको बहुत इंटरेस्ट रहता है हैदराबाद में साइकोलॉजिस्ट और रिसर्चर्स का। बहुत अच्छा अब तक जब भी प्रोग्राम किया बहुत अच्छा सक्सेसफुल होता है। तो आज मुझे अचानक ही निमंत्रण मिला, मुझे नहीं मालूम था आज मुझे आप सबसे भी मिलना है, पर बहुत खुशी हुई क्योंकि आज की दुनिया में इतनी अशांति है, हर एक के मन में बहुत बेचैनी अशांति है और सभी या तो साइकियाट्रिस्ट के पास या साइकोलॉजिस्ट के पास काउंसलिंग के लिए जाते हैं। एक समय था हमारे भारत में काउंसलिंग मालूम ही नहीं थी। परिवार में इतना प्यार होता था, मिलजुल करके बैठ करके कोई भी समस्या का समाधान विदाउट कोर्ट, विदाउट एनी एडवोकेट, विदाउट साइकोलॉजिस्ट, सब अपने परिवार की साइकोलॉजी को जानते थे। हर एक साइकोलॉजिस्ट था और कोई भी ऐसी असंभव बात होती ही नहीं थी। अगर मान लो परिवार की बात परिवार में नहीं भी समझौता हुआ तो बड़ों के पास जाते थे, बड़े मना अनुभवी। उस समय कोर्ट नहीं होते थे, सरपंच ही हर समस्या का हल कर देता था। अभी तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक भी जाने तक समस्या का हल एक को मिलता है, एक को नहीं मिलता है। जिसकी लाठी उसकी भैंस वाला न्याय चल रहा है। इसीलिए अंधा कानून बोलते हैं ना, ब्लाइंड दिखाते हैं। इसलिए ये ईश्वरीय विश्वविद्यालय में जो राजयोग सिखाया जाता है, मेडिटेशन, हम सब साइकोलॉजिस्ट हैं विदाउट एनी डिग्री, है ना। हमारे पास दुनिया की डिग्री नहीं है, लेकिन यहाँ जो भी लोग आते हैं उनकी दिल की बात सुनने वाला घर में कोई नहीं है। वो दिल खोलकर सुनाते हैं और यहाँ उन्हें आध्यात्मिकता के आधार पर जब समस्या का समाधान मिल जाता है, कहते हमें यही चाहिए था जो हम ढूंढ रहे थे। हम बहुत जगह साइकोलॉजिस्ट के पास काउंसलिंग कराए, सेटिस्फाई नहीं हुए। हम साइकियाट्रिस्ट के पास भी गए, पर वहाँ जाने के लिए थोड़ी सी शर्म आती है सभी को कि लोग क्या कहेंगे, ये डिप्रेशन में है, ये डिप्रेशन की गोलियाँ खाती है। तो बहुत से डिप्रेशन पेशेंट हैं ना, वो जाते ही नहीं, गोली खाते भी नहीं। तो यहाँ विदाउट टैबलेट, विदाउट एनी मेडिसिन, मेडिटेशन इज़ मेडिसिन, क्योंकि अपने मन को हल्का करना है। जब हम अपने मन को परमात्मा को सौंप देते हैं और हम फ्री हो जाते, लाइट हो जाते हैं, हमारे मन में ही जो भी क्वेश्चन होते हैं, आपको मन में ही उसका उत्तर स्वयं मिल जाता है। और यहाँ राजयोग के साथ साथ ज्ञान की भी प्रतिदिन क्लासेस होती हैं, जिसमें परमात्मा के महावाक्य डायरेक्ट हम सब सुनते हैं सुबह 7 से 8। उसे हम ज्ञान मुरली कहते हैं। तो जो भी समस्या आपके मन में होगी या प्रश्न होंगे, आप देखेंगे कि परमात्मा की उस मुरली में, पहले हम कृष्ण की मुरली समझते थे, लेकिन परमात्मा ज्ञान की मुरली सुनाते हैं, जिसमें हर एक को ऐसा अंदर दिल में स्पर्श होता है, हाँ आज मेरी समस्या का ही समाधान परमात्मा ने दिया है, मैं आज सेटिस्फाई हो गई। समझो हम कल गुस्सा किए हैं, किसने देखा? हम लोग तो नहीं देखे ना। आपके घर में आकर के मुरली सुनाने वाली बहन सुनाती है तो कई नए लोग सोचते हैं इनको कौन बताया है कि आज हमने गुस्सा किया है। तो उसी दिन बात आ जाती, गुस्सा काम, ये क्रोध जो है भूत है। भूत अगर अंदर आता है तो क्या करता है? शांति देता है, अशांति देता है। चाहे काम का भूत, चाहे क्रोध का भूत, चाहे लोभ का भूत या मोह का भूत या अहंकार का भूत। तो इन भूतों को निकालने वाला एक परमात्मा है और उसकी युक्ति है परमात्मा से अपने मन को जोड़ कर रखो। वैसे भी भूत प्रेत निकालने वाले बोलते हैं ना, कोई देवी का ध्यान करो, भगवान का ध्यान करो, क्योंकि हम ध्यान नहीं रखते हैं परमात्मा की तरफ, तो वो भी हमारा ध्यान नहीं रखता। ठीक है, आप इंडिपेंडेंट रहो, अपने आप अपने भूतों को भगाओ। तो आज वही भूत हमारे अंदर आकर अशांति, दुख, अनेक प्रकार की परेशानियां जो हम सामना कर रहे हैं, करने की ताकत नहीं है। तो योग और ज्ञान से हमें, ज्ञान भी बल देता, योग भी बल देता, और परमात्मा को कहा ही जाता है सर्वशक्तिमान। उस सर्वशक्तिमान से हमें जो शक्तियाँ मिलती हैं, अद्भुत शक्तियाँ हैं, जो आप नहीं कर सकते वो परमात्मा कर देता है। कई बार यहाँ आकर लोग बोलते मेरा गुस्सा नहीं छूट सकता, लेकिन रोज़ यहाँ जब सुनते हैं गुस्सा नहीं करना है, शांति से आप समाधान करके देखो, प्यार से बात करके देखो, समस्या का समाधान हो सकता है। क्योंकि हम कई बार देखते हैं माता पिता, उनके घर में जब कोई मेहमान आते हैं तो अपने बच्चों की एक प्रकार से इंसल्ट करते हैं, ये तो बहुत निकम्मा है, कभी पानी का गिलास भी देने वाला नहीं है। अब वो सुन लेता है स्टेटमेंट, मेरे लिए यही है, अब तो पानी कभी नहीं पिलाऊंगा। और आप थोड़ा सा अपने को चेंज करो, राजा बेटा एक गिलास पानी देगा? हाँ मम्मा अभी लाया, भाग के लाएगा। तो परमात्मा भी हमें आत्मिक प्यार देते हैं, दैहिक प्यार नहीं, लेकिन आत्मिक प्यार देकर हमारी बुराइयों को छुड़ा लेते हैं। जैसे हम छोटे बच्चे से कोई चीज़ लेना है तो क्या करना पड़ता है? कोई ऐसी चीज़ उसने पकड़ी है जो तोड़ सकता है, वो मानो कांच का ग्लास है। अभी बच्चे को समझ थोड़ी होती है, वो तो जहाँ चाहिए फेंक देता है। किसी के ऊपर लगे, चोट लगे, कुछ भी हो, उसको थोड़ी पता है। तो हम क्या करते हैं, उससे अट्रैक्टिव खिलौना उसको देते, तो ये ले ले, ये मेरे को दे दे, आराम से दे देता है। और आप खींच के अगर ग्लास लेंगे तो वो बहुत रोएगा, फिर आपको देना ही पड़ता है। तो परमात्मा भी हमें समझ देता है ज्ञान माना समझ कि इन विकारों से आपको कुछ फ़ायदा होने वाला नहीं है। इनको छोड़कर देखो, आपको कितनी परम शांति का अनुभव होगा और संसार में कोई समस्या ही नहीं रहेगी जो हमें समाधान करने के लिए कोई साइकोलॉजिस्ट को या साइकेट्रिस्ट के पास जाने की ज़रूरत पड़े। आजकल हर एक का आप देखेंगे फैमिली डॉक्टर साइकेट्रिस्ट है, क्योंकि कोई भी बात नहीं करते ना आपस में। अहंकार है अंदर, मैं क्यों झुकूं? ये मेरे को आके सॉरी बोले। माँ बाप भी ऐसा करते, बच्चे भी बोलते हैं माँ मेरे को सॉरी बोले, बाप मेरे को सॉरी बोले तो मैं क्षमा करूँगा, तो मैं खाना खाऊँगा। लेकिन परमात्मा हमें ये सिखाते हैं कि ये देह का अभिमान छोड़ दो, और जो झुकता है, कौन सा वृक्ष झुकता है जिसमें बहुत फल होते, वो झुकता है। तो वो कहावत है ना, खजूर के झाड़ के लिए बड़ा हुआ तो क्या हुआ, जैसे पेड़ खजूर पंथी को छाया नहीं, फल आगे आती दूर। उसका फल भी कोई खा नहीं सकता है, मार मार के पत्थर तब गिरा सकते, इतना आसान नहीं है। और आजकल आप देखेंगे हमारे पास तो जितने भी आम के पेड़ हैं, ऐसे नीचे ज़मीन पर टच छोटा बच्चा भी ले सकता है आम। कितना सुख देता, कितनी छाया देता है। तो जो झुकता है वही महान है ना। झुकना या हमारे अंदर स्वभाव सरल होना, ये जिंदा की निशानी है। मुर्दा तो अकड़ के रहता है ना, तो मुर्दे की निशानी है अकड़ना, अहंकार दिखाना, तो वो बदलना नहीं चाहते। तो यहाँ हमें भगवान ये शिक्षा देते, बच्चे बदला नहीं लेना किसी से, बदल के हमको दिखाना है। तो आप सब यहाँ आए, हमें बहुत प्रसन्नता हुई कि आप ऐसे साइकोलॉजिस्ट बनो जो भी आपसे मिले खुश हो जाए कि बस मेरे को जो चाहिए था मिल गया। उनको परमात्मा से मिलन कराइए, मेडिटेशन सिखाइए, तो आपको भी ज़्यादा मेहनत नहीं लगेगी। ओम शांति।
Thank you so much, Didi. So by now you have understood how spirituality has really will do a great role in counseling and psychology part, and that is what Didis are doing even without the certificates. So you can, my teachers, psychologists, they used to say that because you are in spiritual field, you have to really combine both psychology and spirituality. And myself and so many sisters and brothers like me, we all have learned so many things from our great Didi as to how to give counseling, how to give palana, how to give love and sustenance to other souls, so that without any medication, without any counselor, people can really lead a peaceful life. Thank you so much, Didi. In spite of busy schedule and in spite of other issues, she has taken time out to meet all the psychologists. Now we will have a Jyoti Prajwalan in the presence of respected Didi. ज्योति प्रज्वलन, आप सभी जानते हैं कि ज्योति मतलब आत्म ज्योति को जगाना है। जब इस दीदी की जो प्रवचन से हमारी अंदर एक नॉलेज विजडम बैठ जाता है, तो हमारे अंदर भी वो ज्ञान ज्योति जग जाता है। सो आफ्टर लाइटिंग द light of diya of soul, we will now light this Jyoti for Jyoti Prajwalan. I request the stage guests to come forward for the lighting of the lamp. I also request Shilpa and Ramjain Bhai to join lighting of the lamp. Ramchandran Murthy garu I also invite Dumarani Garu to join lighting of lamp.
शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति।
एक दिया आओ दुआ का हम जलाएं, रोशनी से दिल का अंधियारा मिटाएं।
ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति।
एक दिया आओ दुआ का हम जलाएं, रोशनी से दिल का अंधियारा मिटाएं। हर दिशा हर द्वार पर हो वो दिवाली, हर दिशा हर द्वार पर हो वो दिवाली। प्यार का हम ऐसा सिलसिला चलाएं,
प्यार का सिलसिला हम चलाएं।
एक दिया दुआ का हम जलाएं, रोशनी से दिल का अंधियारा मिटाएं। दिया वो माटी का जो आंधियों से लड़ता है, तू दाता का दिया क्यों मुश्किलों से डरता है। दिया वो माटी का जो आंधियों से लड़ता है, तू दाता का दिया क्यों मुश्किलों से डरता है। ऐसे ख्यालों से जहां को जगमगाए,
ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति।
ऐसे ख्यालों से जहां को जगमगाए। प्यार का हम ऐसा सिलसिला चलाएं,
प्यार का सिलसिला हम चलाएं।
एक दिया दुआ का हम जलाएं, रोशनी से दिल का अंधियारा मिटाएं।
After witnessing, after listening to beautiful lecture by Rajyogini Kuldeep Didi ji and with Jyoti Prajwalan, we are all very delighted. Now, I request Brother Sanjay Bhai, who is the headquarters coordinator of SpARC wing, to deliver his welcome speech on this beautiful occasion. Brother Sanjay is a graduate in philosophy and English from Satish Chand College of Purvanchal University. Since 1993, he dedicated his life to the service of humanity at Gyan Sarovar, Brahma Kumari's headquarters. He is also the principal editor for SpARC Wing reports and literatures, and he is specially interested in doing experiments with Raj Yoga meditation and godly knowledge of Brahma Kumaris. Sanjay Bhai.
ओम शांति। वैसे तो दीदी हमारी बीच में बोलती हैं किसी भी सभा के मध्य में, लेकिन आज हम सबका सौभाग्य है कि दीदी ने पहले ही हमें ब्लेस कर दिया। हम सब भारत के रहने वाले हैं, धर्म और कर्म में बहुत ज़्यादा विश्वास रखते हैं, हम लोग दुआओं में विश्वास रखते हैं, और ये हम सब जानते हैं, मानते हैं, और जीवन का अनुभव भी है कि दुआओं में बहुत शक्ति होती है। इसलिए हम भारतवासी खास करके जब भी कहीं जाते हैं, किसी अच्छे कार्य की शुरुआत करते हैं, तो अपने बड़ों की दुआएं लेते हैं। हम भी एक अच्छे कार्य की शुरुआत के लिए यहाँ आए हैं। दीदी की हम सबको दुआएं मिल गई। अब समझ सकते हैं 67 इयर्स, हम में से तो मुझे लगता है कईयों की इतनी उम्र भी नहीं होगी ना। 67 इयर्स, इतने समय से पवित्र जीवन जीना, शुद्ध भोजन करना, शुद्ध वातावरण में रहना और एक शुद्ध आचरण के साथ रहना, आत्मा में कितनी शक्ति हो सकती है ना। तो ये हमारी दीदियाँ सचमुच, हम तो इन्हें देवियों के रूप में देखते हैं, और ये सचमुच देवियाँ हैं। इनकी ब्लेसिंग्स हम सब के लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। एक बहुत अच्छी बात दीदी ने कही कि ये संसार पहले अच्छा था। मैं क्यों कह रहा हूँ, क्योंकि आज जो हम विषय लेकर के यहाँ पर एकत्रित हुए हैं, एक बेहतर संसार हम बनाना चाहते हैं, और उस बेहतर संसार को बनाने के पीछे जो शक्ति काम करती है वो है हमारा मन। और मन हमारा आज अच्छा नहीं है, इसलिए संसार भी अच्छा नहीं है। ये संसार और कुछ नहीं है, हमारे मन की एक प्रतिकृति है, एक रिफ्लेक्शन है। जो मन में चलता है वही संसार में चलता है, वही दिखता है। तो ये संसार हमारे मन की देन है, उपज है। और हम ये भी जानते हैं कि संसार में दुख बहुत है, शांति बहुत है। दीदी ने कहा कि ये दुख शांति पहले इतनी नहीं थी, इसलिए पहले कोर्ट्स नहीं थे, वकील नहीं थे, पुलिस नहीं थी, सरपंच तक भी तो लोग बाद में जाते थे। घर के बड़े ही घर की बातों का समाधान कर दिया करते थे। बातें थोड़ी होती थी, परंतु जैसे जैसे ये जीवन यात्रा आगे बढ़ी है, बातें भी बढ़ी हैं। और बातें इतनी बढ़ गई हैं कि अब तो पुलिस और प्रशासन, कोर्ट भी हमारे जीवन की समस्याओं का समाधान नहीं कर पा रहा है। तकलीफ मन में है, हम बाहर उसका इलाज ढूंढ रहे हैं। होगा नहीं ना इलाज इसका। तो एक बहुत सुंदर विषय पर आज हम चर्चा करने के लिए बैठे हैं, इनर ट्रैंक्विलिटी लीडिंग साइकोलॉजी फॉर अ बेटर वर्ल्ड। मन शांत होगा तो हमारा मन बेहतर होगा, तो ये संसार बेहतर होगा। इस पर चर्चा करने के लिए हमारे बीच हमारे बहुत प्रबुद्ध एमिनेंट वक्ता, स्पीकर यहाँ पर उपस्थित हैं। मैं आप सबका तहे दिल से स्वागत करता हूँ। आप सब अपने व्यस्त दिनचर्या से समय निकाल करके यहाँ पधारे और संसार के लिए कुछ सोचा कि ये संसार, हमारे आसपास का जो संसार है वो बेहतर बने। तो हम आप सबका बहुत तहे दिल से स्वागत करते हैं। श्रीमती कुसुम जी हमारे बीच हैं। हमने कल भी आपको थोड़ा सा सुना। बहुत कुछ आपके अंदर, बड़ी शुभ भावनाएँ हैं आपके अंदर, और शुभ भावनाएँ जब एकत्रित होती हैं तो वो हमारे आसपास डेफिनेट रूप से रिलेट होती हैं। भावनाओं का असर है। आज भी हम आपको सुनेंगे। हमारे बीच डॉक्टर गीता जी भी हैं, उनको भी सुनेंगे। स्वाति जी भी अभी आई नहीं है, थोड़ी देर में मैं समझता हूँ आप भी पहुँच जाएंगे। हम आपका बहुत तहे दिल से स्वागत करते हैं, आप आए। हमारे बीच श्रीकांत भाई जी हैं, जो कि स्पार्क विंग के नेशनल कोऑर्डिनेटर हैं। स्पार्क विंग, इसका फुल फॉर्म है स्पिरिचुअल एप्लीकेशंस रिसर्च सेंटर। ये ब्रह्मा कुमारी इसका एक रिसर्च विंग है, रिसर्च प्रभाग है, जो राजयोग मेडिटेशन के भिन्न भिन्न पहलुओं पर रिसर्च करता है, राजयोग मेडिटेशन का हमारे विचारों पर क्या असर है, हमारे ब्रेन पे क्या असर है, हमारी बीमारियों पर क्या असर है, हमारे आसपास के वातावरण पर क्या असर है, हमारे बच्चों पर इसका क्या इफ़ेक्ट पड़ता है, इस पर ये अध्ययन करता है। देश और विदेश के बहुत सारे वैज्ञानिक इससे जुड़े हुए हैं और वो इस पर दिन रात शोध करते रहते हैं। आप उस प्रभाग के नेशनल कोऑर्डिनेटर हैं, माउंट आबू से आए हैं। हम आपका तहे दिल से स्वागत करते हैं आज की सभा में। साथ ही साथ हम ये भी जानते हैं कि आत्म परिवर्तन के पीछे जिसका सबसे बड़ा रोल होता है वो है योग। यहाँ का योग मेडिटेशन, यहाँ की सबसे सुंदर वस्तु जो चीज़ है वो योग है। आप यहाँ आज दिन भर रहेंगे, ज्ञान की बातें तो आप सुनेंगे, बीच बीच में योग भी करेंगे, मेडिटेशन की प्रैक्टिस कराई जाएगी। ये एक अंतर जगत की यात्रा है। हमारे यहाँ ये बताया जाता है कि जिस चीज़ को, जिस सुख को, जिस शांति को आप बाहर ढूंढ रहे हो, वास्तव में वो बाहर मिलने वाली चीज़ नहीं है, वो हमारे भीतर है। जिस चीज़ को हम सारे संसार में ढूंढ रहे हैं वो हमारे भीतर है। भीतर जाने की ज़रूरत है, भीतर झांकने की ज़रूरत है। तो एक अंतर जगत की यात्रा जो हमें अंदर देखना सिखाती है, अंदर झांकना सिखाती है, अंदर की अनुभूति देती है। इस सुंदर अनुभूति के लिए, एक मेडिटेशन प्रैक्टिस के लिए हमारे बीच बीके उमा रानी दीदी भी हैं। हम आपका भी तहे दिल से स्वागत करते हैं। हमारी दीदी प्रस्थान कर चुकी हैं हमारे बीच से। उनके ही निर्देशन से और उनके ही लालन पालन में इतना बड़ा शांति सरोवर, जब मैं आया, मैं दूसरी बार यहाँ आया हूँ, बहुत पहले यहाँ आया था तब ये बना नहीं था, अब तो ये बन गया है। बाहर एक वर्ड लिखा हुआ है, एक बहुत सुंदर इसके लिए लिखा हुआ, ओएसिस ऑफ पीस। ओएसिस तो समझते हैं ना आप लोग। पानी का महत्व जो है ना रेगिस्तान में बहुत अधिक होता है, वैसे पानी का महत्व जहाँ मिलता है अधिक नहीं होता है। पानी का महत्व रेगिस्तान में बहुत ज़्यादा होता है और ओएसिस वहीं मिलते हैं ना। तो यहाँ पर वो चीज़ मिलती है जिसको ढूंढ ढूंढ के सारा संसार थक गया है। तो ऐसे कॉम्प्लेक्स को बनाने में, संवारने में और उसको सस्टेन करने का जो श्रेय है हमारी दीदी कुलदीप जी को है। तो हम आदरणीय कुलदीप दीदी जी का भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत करते हैं, धन्यवाद भी करते हैं। और ऑडियंस, सबसे ज़्यादा मूल्यवान किसी सभा में कौन होता है? ऑडियंस होता है ना। आप न होते तो हम कहाँ होते, न ये मंच होता, न हम होते, न ये हमारे डायस पर विद्यमान हमारे आदरणीय अतिथि होते। हम आपका भी बहुत तहे दिल से स्वागत करते हैं। आप सब हैदराबाद जैसे शहर में रहते हैं जहाँ पर बहुत भाग दौड़ है, फिर भी आपने अपनी अंतर जगत के लिए, विश्व के कल्याण के लिए अच्छा सोचने की बात सोची, उनके कल्याण की बात सोची। हम आपका भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत करते हैं। वंस अगेन वेलकम टू यू ऑल। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you so much, Sanjay Bhai, for your wonderful welcome to all of us. Now I request Brother Shrikant Bhai, who is National Coordinator of SpARC Wing. SpARC is Spiritual Applications Research Center, which is the research wing of Brahma Kumari's organization. Shrikant Bhai is well versed in doing many kinds of research works. He even visited Switzerland and other countries in exploring how to integrate science and spirituality in these research works. Such an experienced person we are having, and I request Shrikant Bhai to set the context of this seminar, why we are organizing this seminar, all these things. We will be getting clarity from Shrikant Bhai. हम उमा रानी दीदी का भी वेलकम करते हैं। डॉक्टर उमा रानी, who is a Ayurvedic doctor and presently in charge of Malakpet Brahma Kumari Center. I request sisters to welcome Didi with welcome plant. Shrikant bhai.
Om Shanti. Very good morning. So can we keep 1 minute silence? आप जो कुछ भी कर रहे हैं थोड़ा stand still, keep mind. Just have one thought. I am a powerful soul for 1 minute. Shanti, thank you. So, with my loving heart, I invite my Godfather, Supreme Soul, Shiv Baba, and Founding Father, Brahma Baba. So, I respect all respected guests on the stage and also on all delegates in front of me. So, this is, I believe this is third conference for psychologists. This is second time here. Second here, but one we conducted in Warangal. So in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana. So I remember our founding father of this department, this wing, Brother Ramesh Saha, in year 2002, when small group of SpARC members were discussing what kind of research we have to conduct. So there are many fields decided, and we finalized more than 18 fields to conduct research. So there was one field related to psychology, psychiatry and medicine. So it took more than 18 years to conduct conference seminar for exclusively for psychologists, and Sumlatavian became actual instrument to conduct conference seminar for psychologists. We started, I think, 4 years ago, here this seminar hall, and then shifted to Warangal. Now third time we present here. So conducting this type of seminar, what objective and what aim, what we have decided, like blessings of our seniors and others. We know the world is facing problem. So if you find out the root cause of problems, so we find one thing, that is problem coming from mind. In Gita, in Brahma Kumari also we believe that मन जीते जगत जीत, लेकिन यहाँ पे और एक बात कहा जाता है, माया जीते जगत जीत. Maya means 5 vices. What we call it in Hindi, manovikar. So there are many things are there. If you coordinate yourself and you coordinate your mind, intellect, sanskar, and your sense organs, so you can victory over any part of world. First you have to victory over your sense organs, then you have that power, you can control over anything around you. So in Brahma Kumaris, you believe that the 3 things repeatedly, just Kuldeep Didi explaining about Gyan Murli. So when all BK students segregate and listen the Murli, so during that Murli class, you can, if you have machine to see the vibration, see the atmosphere effect, how when listening the Murli. So we call it, there are 3 things when we listen Murli and any kind of positive things, that is, that changes we can see from 3 aspects. One call it vritti, another one is vibration, and third one is vayumandal. Vritti means attitude, and vibration if you repeatedly think any positive thought, any elevated thought, so that will create powerful vibration, positive, like elevated vibration. If you keep it more deeply, so that will affect on atmosphere. For example, just for 1 minute we sit together and silently we think one thought, that was, I am powerful soul. If you make it very powerful and heartily, so that will create powerful atmosphere also. So how can we conduct research in the field of psychology to find out the trigger, why this thing happening? Dr. Sushil Chandra is here when he was associate director in INMAS, and we both met one director in DIPR, Defense Institute of Psychological Research, Dr. Manas Mandal. So in the year 2013, so we are discussing, and that Brahma Kumaris has some specific type of knowledge, because our meditation, what we practice with open eyes. Not other meditators, they do practice with open eyes, only Brahma Kumaris. And he visited also our campus in Gyansavar, Mount Abu headquarters, and in where our department headquarter office is there, so there is nice painting in roof of the building. So when he saw that painting, and he got completely lost. And he just reported me, when I saw the painting, so I could believe that like research department can have multiple color. So before that, he does not believe that like color should be there in research lab, because it is line art and sketch, graphical things, but we have colorful department, and it has impact on him. So he suggests me, if you can conduct conference seminar for psychologists, and if you have like expert psychologists more than 50 to 60, then we can find how open eye meditation help to change psychology. This is the main context of organizing this seminar and conference. So I hope what you will listen, what we discuss, we can find some conclusion, like what type of research we can conduct, and individually you can help us, and if you are connected to any organization, any institution, and we can have collaborative research, we can have something to exclusively research on psychology, like impact of Raj Yoga meditation and spiritual principles given by Brahma Kumaris, how it is, has a tremendous effect on society, individual level, family level, and society level. So this is the main idea, main theme of conducting this one-day seminar. And also we look forward to conduct this type of seminar in future also. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much, Srikant Bhai. Few people were asking us that the role of psychology and psychologist itself is to bring a better world. We ourselves are doing this with the counseling and other areas of psychology. And what is the need of us to attend Brahma Kumari seminar? This is what we got clarity now by Srikant Bhai, that just psychology is not needed, is not sufficient. Psychology, when it integrates with spirituality, meditation, definitely both complementary sciences can bring a perfect world where all your role, all your responsibility in a combined way has to be there. And I hope you're all ready for the collaborative works. Yes? Thank you so much. So now I request Mrs. Kusum Vigji, who is a renowned TEDx speaker, distinguished counseling psychologist, founder and CEO of Mind Matrix Wellness Studio, all the way from Pune. She came to Shanti Sarovar only to attend this seminar. We are so thankful to Kusum Vig, such a renowned personality in the midst of us. Now Kusum ji also will be taking 10-minute session after lunch, but now she will be sharing her greetings regarding this seminar.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much, Didi, for that kind introduction. Our esteemed dignitaries sitting on the dais, and all the esteemed guests and experts seated off the dais. It's my profound privilege to be part of this very intriguing and engaging seminar. And as you see, the topic is Inner Tranquility, Leading Psychology for a Better World. And when Bhaiji made us do 1 minute of meditation, I'm a powerful soul. I think to some degree we experienced that inner tranquility. Of course, the degree may be different, but we all felt it deep within. They say that life is all about the choices we make and the decisions we take. And the choices we make and the decisions we take decides whether we are going to lead a meaningful life, profound life, or a trivial. Now the question is, how do we make these choices? How do we make the decisions in life? And the choices and the decisions that we make, if they are aligned with our thoughts, emotions, and actions, I think that leads us to the inner world, and we can perhaps experience inner tranquility. Man, vachan, karam. जब वो aligned हो जाते हैं, and that's where we get the sense of peace. Now another thing here is, when we make these choices which are aligned with the thoughts, emotions, and actions, are these decisions are for a highest good and for the good of the world? I think is a question for all of us to answer based on the Brahma Kumari's teachings, the values that they talk about. So I look forward to all the sessions, waiting to unravel in front of us, and I'll also be sharing a brief session with all of you talking about the two worlds, the inner world and the outer world. The world within decides the world without, and there is a framework which I would like to present in the session post-lunch. A big thank you. I'm so privileged to be part of this seminar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kusumji. Yesterday when we were sharing the same table in the dining hall, she was expressing that the food is so sattvic that she is getting inspiration even after returning her home. She wants to quit the onion and garlic. Is that so, Kusumji? So see how food also will do the service, not just the speeches, even food. Those who don't come onto the stage, who do kitchen and cooking work, also are doing wonderful service. So this is how the God's service and kitchen works also do the miracles. Now I request Dr. Umarani, Brahma Kumari sister, who is by profession Ayurveda doctor, naturopathy doctor, and from the past 35 years, she has dedicated her life in the service of humanity, and presently she is giving her services in the Malakpet branch called Indraprasth. That is really a Indraprasth, very wonderful building. If you are nearby the Malakpet, you have to really visit that. And she is doing presently drug de-addiction campaign where so many people are getting benefited by that campaign. Now I request Umarani Didi to lead us into that inner journey of meditation and give us that experience of silence. Umarani Didi.
Om Shanti. Good morning and welcome to all once again. So very happy to see that today we are here to have some focus on the beautiful topic. There are two aspects in this topic. One is the inner tranquility, and the other one is leading psychology for a better world. So the role of the psychologist, bringing a better world. So where are we now? Are we not in better world today? And it is tranquility, why it is mentioned for the psychologist, leading a better world. Because something we are missing. So we all know the first most important thing is the difference between psychiatry and psychology. We might have discussed. The psychiatry, there is some confusion between these two words, no? Psychiatry, psychiatrist and psychologist. Not much difference, but not same role. The psychiatrist is leading with all the psychiatric patients. Those who are imperfect. Psychologically, those who are imperfect, for them, bringing them to normal conscious level, normal behavior, normal well-being. The psychiatrist, what he does, what the psychiatrist do. So by using some medication, supplements, they are just trying to improve the mental well-being of a person. How far it is possible by using medication, bringing to normal condition of a psychological condition of a patient. Psychology means it is psyche, means the mind, the thinking faculty. So these days we say that most of the disorders are based upon the psychological problems. Psychosomatic disorders. Psycho is the thinking faculty aspect. Soma is the matter, the brain, the body, the ill effects of all those things. So psychosomatic disorders, medical science, we say that is more than 75%, 90%, all the problems are psychosomatic disorders. They are not in order. Our psyche is not in order. Our thinking faculty is not in order. The way of thinking, the phenomena, the way which we have to use our thinking faculty, our psychological aspects of a human being is not in order today. So to bring it in order, the spirituality, the role of the spirituality, the spiritual facilitators, the Brahma Kumaris, we are working in this aspect to bringing back their way of thinking, to put them in a right channel, the thinking process. So the psychologist, what he's doing, the role of a psychologist is not going to give any medication. He's not going to prescribe anything. Psychologist is also doing the same thing what the Brahma Kumaris are going to do. They are trying to give some suggestions, the counseling, sitting with a person and trace out that what is the problem where the way of thinking is going wrong in that person, where actually they are missing the track, and trying to bring them back into the right way. So the spirituality, the spiritual quotient also tries to help the people always to channelize your mind in a positive direction. Meditation is also nothing but to channelize your mind always in a positive direction. But it doesn't mean that everything should be in a positive way, whatever it is going on around us. The people, the behavior of the people, the attitude of the people, and the situations around me, everything should be positive. Is it possible? Not at all possible. Because we are thinking about the perfect world means we are living in the, it goes without saying that we are living in the imperfect world. So see, the science and technology is the lot of development, lot of progress. We have reached to moon. There's nothing wrong in that technology. But where is the imperfection? The imperfection is there in the psychology of a scientist also, of a normal human being also. Everybody is suffering with this. So the spirituality, the spiritual scientists, what they are doing is trying to make the people to move close to their inner nature. Where is the tranquility we need to experience? It's inside, within us. The meditation is nothing but is inward journey. The science, with the help of science technology, we are going to space, outward. The meditation is taking us to inward, inner world, inner space. We all know about the space, no? How big it is? And do we know about our inner space? We have a beautiful building there, inner space, for all the IT people. So what is that inner space? Where is it? Is there in that building? Inner space, where we have to find? There, the inner tranquility you will experience. The meditation does that, taking you back into that. So that's how the Indian management systems, very beautiful, wonderful, ancient management systems, all are based upon our behavioral science, not just physical science, material science. Our Indian management systems, our ancient Rajayoga meditation systems are totally based upon our behavioral science. But to bring the perfection at a behavioral level, we cannot start with the behavior change. We have to start at the seed stage. The behavior is, it's a physical thing. It appears. But it begins, the seed is at thought level. That is psychology, the thought, feelings, emotions, our attitude. So that's why if we want to be a better person, to bring a better world, we need to be a better person, every individual, first of all. So by behavior, if you want to see a person better, it is not possible, so easy. It's not so easy. Start with the betterment there in the thinking, in the feelings, in the emotions. So what we need to do is, every individual has, it's not individual, of course we need to become perfect, but also it is a teamwork. At an individual level also, we need to have a perfect team inside, within. Every individual has better psychology, if you want to maintain. That's also called it as a better word, I can mention. That's a right mental attitude. You can say it is. Always to have a right mental attitude. Irrespective of the situations and the people going around me. It's always imperfect. You cannot expect them. Of course, today it is somebody is misbehaving. Tomorrow they may be perfect in the behavior. We cannot expect. More adverse, more deteriorating everything. So I cannot expect from others. So I can only depend on my own personal team. So what is that personal team? So we have to work upon this, our personal team now. So what is that personal team? The spelling T-E-A-M. T means the T is our thoughts. Should be perfect. So thoughts should be perfect means always, always, early morning, as soon as I wake up, I should have some positive thoughts, positive feelings, good wishes for myself, good feelings for my well-being. I'm perfect, I should feel that first. Physically, mentally, emotionally, I'm perfect. If my mind is perfect, my emotions are perfect. Physically, if my body is disabled also, I can behave perfectly or not. If I think I can, I can. That's the positivity. That's the power of the positivity. So the team is thoughts, our emotions, our attitude, our memories. Our thoughts, our emotions, our attitude, memories. These all are there, no, in our inside. Conscious level things. These are not physical. This team is not physical. By technology, you cannot set back these things. This team has to be maintained, always powerful stage. That's possible by having self-reflection, by having relaxation and practicing meditation. We become the Raja, masters of our own self. In this way, if we become masters of our own team, then so easily you can become the masters of the world, the whole world, world emperors you can become easily. Unless you conquer yourself, as our Srikant brother was saying that, मन जीते जगत जीत, क्या होता है ये? मन को जीतना क्या आसानी है? Easy है? Psychologists can say that it is easy, no? If the psychologists say that it is not so easy, then who can say it is easy? We are the masters. We have to be the masters of that. If I am not master in that, I cannot enable others to become masters. We are for that. To bring that perfection, to be masters on our own self means to be masters of our own mind or of our own team. That's why one precaution, I just suggest you that to be aware, to be careful about the negative aspects of our memories, of our tendencies. And those negativities are just the misunderstanding. To be aware of about misunderstanding. If somebody is talking something about others, somebody is saying something about yourself, don't bother about it. Be careful about the misunderstanding. And when there is a misunderstanding, definitely followed by Mr. Doubt. Wherever there is misunderstanding, always it is followed by Mr. Doubt. Doubting. When some negativity has come about any person, whenever I look at that person, the doubt comes about his doubting. So the creation of this misunderstanding and misdoubt, which is going to be positive or negative? Positive or negative? Negative only, obviously. So the creation of these two people, misunderstanding and Mr. Doubt, is Master Jal. Master Jal. J-H-E-L. So Jal means jealousy, hatredness, animosity, and the L means famous for Indian psychology, it seems. I do not know, I don't say. But this example, people say that it is very applicable for Indian psychology, it seems, like crabs, leg pulling. So a better world means it should be how? Full of positivity, full of divine qualities, full of divine energy. So opposite to that, the divine world is called as golden age, golden era, Satyuga, Swarg, heaven, paradise. And now we are in Satya. Which yuga? We are living in Kali Yuga. Living in Kali Yuga and expecting the qualities of Satyuga. How is it possible? There's a big question. Is it possible? Is it so easy? So here the God tells us that don't live in Kali Yuga now. Don't associate yourself as a Kali Yuga member. And now you associate yourself every moment, you are as if you are living in the Satyuga. Then you can transform yourself slowly, gradually, and you can inculcate all those divine qualities and by starting the thinking process here, positive. But who created this Kali Yuga? Who contributed to bring this Kali Yuga to this stage? Or we contributed anything for establishing Kali Yuga? So who has to contribute to establish Satyuga, Golden Age? Again, it is ourselves, not God. It's we, I, individual, has to contribute. If I am positive in all the aspects, then definitely the world becomes positive. So that's how I cannot expect others to be positive every time. But only thing is, I myself has to be channelize my thoughts in a positive way all the time. So in that meditation, we go to our conscious. So let us sit comfortably. 2 minutes we practice this. Do you want to go into your inner space? Inner space? How many of you know that where your inner space is located? So you can go easily. Those who do not know the address, it is not possible for them to go easily, enter into that inner space. First time, if anybody is going to a space also, the scientist will be having confusion. So for us also, first time if you are going to enter into the inner space, it may not be possible for you to enter into that inner space in this 2 minutes of time. But still, you can find a better way to enter into that. The channel, you can get it now. So be relaxed, be comfortable, sit back. I'm going to give you suggestive thoughts. Just accept those thoughts and try to visualize and feel, experience. I'm trying to feel the energy in my body from the feet. It's flowing upwards and upwards and focusing all that thought energy in the center of my forehead. I go behind my eyes in the center part of the brain where there is pituitary and hypothalamus glands are located. There, in between these two, pituitary and hypothalamus, there is a nerve space. This is my personal room. I am entering into this personal room. I am sitting alone with my highest self, my high conscious. I am very close to my conscious now. I'm totally detached by all these external surroundings, the people sitting around me, the physical world, the relations, responsibilities, roles. I'm totally moving inwards, into my inner space. All my energy is focused. I feel myself very much focused and still in my conscious. I experience the stillness, the tranquility, the serenity within my own self. I am alone in my personal room. It is a beautiful peaceful atmosphere in my inner space. I'm a peaceful being. I'm a powerful being. I energize myself. I relax myself. I feel totally empowered. With this most powerful, empowered consciousness, I become aware of my surroundings, my roles and responsibilities, the people sitting around me. But still, I be in touch with my inner space, with my higher conscious. And I always feel myself very strong, very strengthened, very powerful, very peaceful. And then I start using my sense organs and I perform my actions with this higher conscious, try to contribute, spread these vibrations with my thoughts, feelings and emotions and create such atmosphere around me. This is how I'm going to contribute for bringing a better world, by creating a better conscious. Thank you so much. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much, Umarani sister, for experiencing us, for taking us into our own selves, and also she has given experience the magic of meditation, which we all have to include as a part of counseling in psychology. Now I request Geeta Chella Garu, founder and director of Manojagrati Psychological Association, and she every year conducts many seminars and conferences to the psychologists, new seekers, so that she guides many psychologists as to how many career paths are there in psychology. And it seems in October also she is conducting one conference. So we are so honored to have you here, Chella Geeta Garu. Many her students are also here who are practicing counseling psychology. Now I request Geeta Chella Garu to deliver her greetings towards this seminar.
Namaste. I'm very honored and very happy to be here. And this is not the first time I'm here, Didi. The same seminar, same place, I've attended this sort of meditation programs previously. And it's really amazing experience whenever I come here. I feel if the world outside is like this, it's beautiful. I think you're already experiencing that, that peace when you're sitting here, that calmness, which is really, really important. But comes because we are not here always. But we are human beings. We are all human beings. And as a psychologist, being a psychologist, it's a profession. It's a profession. That doesn't mean that we are superwoman or superman. Are we? We are human beings with limitations, all of us. And if we see, we have physical ailments, one thing or the other. We have issues with body. We have issues with our emotions. We have issues in our thinking process. As Didi was telling, it's really amazing that 2 minutes. And again, this mind is like a monkey, drunken monkey. doesn't allow us to be in that space. It will take out, it will drag us outside again, where we need to bring it back to this state of tranquility. That's why we are here today for this beautiful seminar, really designed well. So we have relationship issues as a human beings. We are okay, but people around us are not okay sometimes. And family members may not be okay. Colleagues may not be okay. And we are absolutely fine, we are driving, but someone else, come and hit you. This is what is Kali Yuga, what Didi was telling. So, as a human being with all these limitations, we as a psychologist should, first my message would be, please understand that we are not Superman, Superwoman to do everything or to solve the problems of people. We are not that. This is the first understanding we should. Generally we think that yes, jo bhi aaye mere paas, I can, help them. No, not happens all the time. This is one thing very, very important. And as we know, if we have pen, I don't know whether we are allowed to write on the hand or not. We are not allowed, but still. एक बार लिख लीजिए A, B, E, T. If you have 4 fingers, 5 तो रहता है, 5th का, please keep it here and write A, B, E, T. Write on 4 fingers. If you really don't want to write on fingers, please, you can write it on the notebook. You are allowed. So I'm just trying to maybe make you understand one thing, that again, as a psychologist, I'm not talking about others who come with the problem, not about the clients who are coming with the problems. I'm talking about ourselves as a psychologist. So when you see the ABET, when you are very serene, when you are very calm, sometimes suddenly trigger comes, antecedent. We call it as A is antecedent. Something comes up. Something comes up. So A comes automatically, where you do not have any control over that A's. And because when this A come, some thoughts will pop up like popcorns. You get thoughts about it. Someone said something and you start thinking negative or different, unrealistic or something else, not positive all the time. Because we people, we have that nature of reaction, not the response. Very limited people have this response nature, and most of us have the reaction nature. So we start thinking about it. Then when you think, when the thoughts are like pleasant and positive and to the right direction, your emotions are very good. But if they are towards the negative side, automatically we experience negative emotions. E, emotions, negative emotions starts. One emotion, then meta emotion. We feel sad and we feel guilt about the sad. We feel sad and we feel anger about our own sadness. See, one emotion is coming up with another emotion, looping up into meta emotions. Emotions, that's a problem again. And finally, when your emotions are not fine, your behavior is also not fine. You get into destructive way of behaviors. As today we are learning this, the powerful process of meditation here, it's a constructive way of handling our emotions. But many a times we get into destructive ways. So that's why we are here again. What I'm trying to say is that. So let us understand this ABET process all the time. When you know, when you have this awareness of your own ABET, you are able to, handle it, or you are able to have that little control on ourselves. So maybe taking 2 more minutes, which I thought I should inform you about. If you have something in your hands, if you have mobile or water bottle you have, keep it in the left hand. That water bottle, take one water bottle and keep it in the left hand like this. And have your pen in the right hand. Yeah, pen and notebook, pen and water bottle already there. So have a water bottle in the left side and pen in the right side now. Okay, great. So when you keep it like this, which side your mind is going? Which side your mind is going? Left side, bottle side, because it is heavy. But now my question is, which side your mind is going? Left or right? left side. The bottle is in the left hand, so our mind is going to the left side, right? Now exchange. Just exchange. Yeah, left ko right bana do. Now tell me which side your mind is going. Right side. Oh, within a second you could, turn your mind to the different side. How? In a second you could tune your mind to the other side. How? By simple, making something heavy. Here you switched, but you can make it something, make the other thing heavier than this one. Automatically your mind will go that side. That is a, secret of our life as a counselor. Many a times, psychologists, counselors, and the people who are in the field of service burn out. At a point, we burn out. And we feel overwhelming. We feel, no, I cannot do it. मेरे से नहीं हो रहा है. And it's too much for me because it's been very heavy. Your professional life is very heavy. You do not have boundaries for it. That's why you become overwhelming when you do not recharge yourself with this sort of, techniques. This sort of meditation, this sort of mindfulness, relaxation techniques, all the things. So, which side is heavy? All the time check. Is it professional life or personal? Please balance. Very important. I experienced into this field since three decades of my life, 30 years almost. And I know if I'm not balancing, I cannot work. So that balance is so important in life as a profession into this psychology. Otherwise, because we are dealing with the people who come with a problem. Nobody comes with happiness to any counseling center. Everybody comes in to talk about their negativities, to talk about their problems, issues. So that itself is an energy which you are trying to be there around. I think you are getting that energy zone you need to be very careful about. So balance yourself. With this, with 5, maybe 6, 7 letters, I'll close my message. I'll give you 5 to 6 letters. The first one is A. I just generally go with ABCDs. I love ABCD. That's what is the most, everybody knows. So A, be assertive. In this profession, being assertive is very important. If you are not assertive, your life is going to be very bad. I'll tell you. You go to function, marriage, and people come to know that you are a psychologist, and everybody want to send their children. Auntie se baat karo? Auntie se baat karo? Ma'am, koncham ma babu to maatladtara? Em maatladtam? Ochindi pellik gada? We want to enjoy our life, right? You go to hotel and then see they understand that you are a psychologist. Ma'am, can you speak with my wife? मैं क्या बात कर रहा हूँ? I came to eat my dosa. So, be assertive because you are not available all the time. It's not a ATM wala types. No, please have that. It's okay. Ethics are different. I'll talk about it later. But be assertive to have that, boundaries for your own life. If you are fine, you can serve people more better. If you're not fine, at a point, you are not there and there is no service at all. A is assertive. B is breaks for life. All the time, take break. The break can be spiritual, as coming here sometime. Break can be entertainment. Break can be anything of your choice. Reading a book, educational, or maybe playing outside, but take breaks in life. That breaks are very important. Otherwise, at a point, again, everything becomes monotonous. You may not like your profession at a point. So take breaks. C, care for yourself. Care for yourself. As Didi mentioned, a good body, good mind, good soul. Healthy mind, healthy body, healthy mind, healthy soul. So, please take care of yourself and touch 6 pillars of health every day. Touch 6 pillars of your health every day. What are they? Water, breathing, conscious breathing or breathing exercises. Breathe. Water. 2. Food, good food, balanced diet. Rest, exercise, excretion. Stomach ko clean karna. Every day this 6 should happen, and that is really helps in maintaining your health. That's what I know with limited knowledge. I'm very limited in this area. Now comes D. Didi, abhi, this is not the notes which came from home. Abhi likhi main. I was just sitting here thinking, मैं क्या बोलूँ? Then I wrote. So, D is develop skills. Developing skills. Because being again into this profession, being skillful is very important. Your attitude is definitely important, and skills are very important. And for the psychologists, according to Carl Rogers, as you know, empathy, genuineness, confidentiality, understanding nature, all these are very, very important. So, please check this 4 to 5 skills which are basic, unconditional positive regard, being non-judgmental. There are so many skills, but you can, pick up some skills and practice them every day. And it is not easy. If you come to me, I will take 6 months to, maybe teach these skills. 6 months, yes, it requires. It's not easy. So, developing skills is very important. And E is feeling energy every day. आपका phone को charging रखते नहीं करते every day. रात को, when you go home, you put the phone for charging because next day you can start using it back. But are we charging ourselves every day? All the time discharging. All the time, giving energy. But we are not charging ourselves. So energy filling is very important every day, like you charge your mobiles. How do we do this? Where from the energy comes? Again, energy comes from people. See, today we are with these people, divine people, and we are getting energy. We are taking energy from them. So people give you energy. Places give you energy. This place is giving us a lot of energy today. And objects give us energy. Something you like that gives energy. I was liking this plant which gave in to me. I was thinking where to keep it, how to keep it. So something, when you like, it gives us energy. Objects. And sometimes time gives us energy. Time. Okay? So fill the energy. Always recharge yourself so that you're not discharged and you're no more working. ऐसा नहीं होना ज़िंदगी में. It should be you should work for a longer time because 1 lakh people are looking for counseling and only 1 psychologist is there. That's statistics. So we should be very healthy. And then last 2 letters, 3 letters. Find your happiness all the time. Find your happiness bowl. What do I mean by this? Find your happiness. If you have time later when you go home, write A to Z. Write A to Z, and with each letter find something which makes you happy and put all those things into a bowl. Write chits and put them into bowl. That will become your happiness bowl. Anytime you are not happy, you are disturbed, pick up 1 chit and you see your happiness there. So this is called find your happiness in a happiness bowl. Really interesting technique. I do this and I give my counselors and my clients also. And G, with G, let me tell you, give before you get. This is very heavy sentence. Give before you get something. So if you want awards, if you want rewards, if you want some success in life, start giving first. देते रहो, देते रहो, देते रहो, आ जाएगा. One day it will come. That's my experience in my life. I never went behind anything, but today I have everything in my life. You ask me, I have. I'm very happy with everything, rewards, awards, everything, and God gave me everything because I started my life with giving, and today everything is coming back. As now mentioned, it's very, very tough to think of a national conference with this limited time. It's been 20 days we started work and registrations are closed. The target I kept already closed. So, God will give you. Universe will give you. So give before you get something. Last but not least. Many a times we think that counseling is problem solving, counseling is guidance, counseling is उनका problem को हम कुछ कर देते हैं, कुछ नहीं करना. Never actually help someone. I repeat my sentence. Never help anybody. Help someone to help themselves. That is our job. If you help, they will come again for help. So never help people to help themselves, so that they will never come back. So whenever someone comes, my clients come, I say, don't think it is a counseling. I say very humbly, don't think it is a counseling, it's a training program. You learn techniques so that you never come back to me. I wish I never see you here in my center. I want to see you in somewhere else. So that is what is, these, I think, H tak bata diya. Thank you so much for this time. And looking forward to do something in the field of mental health for my last breath. Thank you so much.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ గీతా గారు. మీ ఆల్ఫబెట్స్లో ఎం కూడా యాడ్ చేసుకోండి, ఎం ఫర్ మెడిటేషన్. సో బ్రేక్స్ అవన్నీ కూడా ఎలాగో పెట్టారు, ఎనర్జీ పాయింట్స్ అని, బట్ స్పెసిఫిక్గా ప్లీజ్ యాడ్ ఎం ఆల్సో, బికాస్ we have a regular satsang discourse in Brahma Kumaris, which we call it as Murli, and their godly version, beautiful one point is there, some set of society people are called as mics. I mean, if one person speaks in the mic, many people can hear. So I feel all mics are seated here, all the psychologists who are taking care of so many people's mental health. You speak to so many people in the society, so mic quality people are here. So here it is now your responsibility to really deliver this kind of meditation programs and spiritual collaborations in your programs, and we look forward for these kind of programs in the future. Thank you so much, Geeta garu. So we will conclude this inaugural session with 2 minutes of silence. I request our sisters to bring godly gifts for the stage guests. My heartful thanks to all the stage guests, Sanjay Bhai and Shrikant Bhai, all the way from Mount Abu. They reached here only to address this seminar, to speak and interact with all of you. I also thank Dr. Uma Rani also from Malakpet. She has come here to lead us into the meditation experience. And Geeta Chellagaru, in spite of her busy schedule, you have seen her in between the inaugural session. She went into the beside room. She logged in into some another official online meeting, and immediately she joined in this inaugural session. So in spite of her busy schedule, you have taken time and you are here. Thank you so much. And Dr. Umarani is presenting godly gift to Geeta Chellagaru. Also to Mrs. Kusumde from Pune. Thank you so much. We will set the stage for the next session.
Om Shanti. All the participants will be sitting in meditation only. There is no break. We have continuous sessions. So please be seated on your places. Thank you.
Yeah, if you want to have a break, take a break and you can come in 2 minutes. Otherwise, we will start the session.
ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है। आती है आंधियाँ तो कर उनका खैर मकदम, आती है आंधियाँ तो कर उनका खैर मकदम, तूफान से ही तो लड़ने खुदा ने तुझे गढ़ा है। ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है। अग्नि में तप के सोना है और भी निखरता, अग्नि में तप के सोना है और भी निखरता, दुर्गम को पार करके हिमालय कोई चढ़ा है। लाएगी रंग मेहनत आखिर तुम्हारी एक दिन, लाएगी रंग मेहनत आखिर तुम्हारी एक दिन, होगा विशाल तरवर वो बीज जो पड़ा है। ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है। शक्तियों से जब साथ है हमारे, वो सर्व शक्तियों से जब साथ है हमारे, हर काम उसके रहते हरगिज़ हुआ पड़ा है। कभी हारना ना, हिम्मत का कदम बढ़ाओ, कभी हारना ना, हिम्मत का कदम बढ़ाओ, हजारों कदम बढ़ाने वो सामने खड़ा है। ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है।
करते चलो सबका भला, जीवन के जीने की ये है कला। करते चल
Om Shanti. The first plenary session of this one-day seminar on the theme Handling Setbacks, the Spiritual Way. For this, I invite two speakers on the stage to deliver and address on this topic. Keynote speaker, Dr. Ram JMG, Assistant Professor, IIT Mandi. Also, I invite Dr. Sushil Chandra, Dean and Professor from Rishikesh University, Sonipat, Haryana. Let us all join our hands to invite guests onto the dais. Dr. Ram JM is a medical graduate from the prestigious Madras Medical College, Chennai. He is also a neuroscientist, psychiatrist, at the Indian Institute of Technology, Mandi, Himachal Pradesh, and he is a regular practitioner of Raj Yoga for the past 20 years, actively involved in managing research projects under the SpARC wing of Brahma Kumaris. His passion lies in combining the best of Eastern and Western approaches to medicine and contemplative practices. Dr. Ram JMG on the topic Handling Setbacks, the Spiritual Way.
Om Shanti. Hope you are not busy with something else. Om Shanti. Good afternoon. So what I'm going to discuss for next maybe 30 minutes or so, I'm not going to tell you anything new. You can keep your pen, paper, everything aside. If you want, we can give the notes separately. We can make it and share with you. So don't bother about all those things. I'm just going to interact with you few things so that I can make you appraise whatever you have already. Okay? So you know already everything and you have all the stuff. We just have to use them. That's it. So the topic is very simple. It's all about managing the problems. I'm just going to pose few questions before I start. The question is there anybody here who have not faced any problems or who do not have any problems? You can just raise your hands. Is there anybody here who do not have any problems? Everybody is giving a very nice smile. I don't know the smile itself is a problem or can I take it for granted everybody has some problem? Okay, fine. So this group is very active. Others are still thinking, I think. Fine. Next question is, do you think problem keeps on increasing every day? It's all just yes or no question only. No. I think I have serious problem with this group. Fine. Yeah, I am coming to that. I am just asking about the magnitude of the problem, not the variety of problems. That's the third question actually. You already made the question out. So majority I think still think yes, problem keeps on increasing except for maybe this set of people. Because I need to understand first what do they think as problem, because they keep smiling. Third question is, which we have already discussed, do you think the problem keeps on coming in the same way? every time when it comes? How many of you think, yes, the problem comes in the same way? Yes? Yeah, that little is very subjective. Maybe that is too large for them. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it depends on how do we perceive. Fine. Yeah. In a way that is right also, because until and unless you master a particular problem, universe throws the same kind of problem in front of you. But otherwise, it usually keeps coming in front of us in very different ways, variety of ways. It usually never comes in the same format. Okay. Yes, it might have a similar kind of pattern, I do agree with that. So now, just keep these three questions in front of you. One is, almost every one of us have problem. It keeps on increasing, and it keeps coming in new, different ways. Now, with this context, what do you mean by, what do you understand by solutions? Problems are there everywhere with everyone. It keeps increasing, and it keeps changing its format. If this is true, then what is the meaning of solution? Can we really find solution? Yes, okay, coping. Then anything else? Correct. So you cannot have one solution for everything, fine. Anything else that side? Yeah. Sometimes just leave it aside, things will get managed by itself. Only you are anxious. Problems are just like kind of teacher, that's it. This side? Sorry? Yeah, I think what she has, hope or cope? Hope, okay. Anything else, any other suggestions? Go to the root of the problem. Yeah. 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 So it's all like, even though it looks like variety, but it's all just a disguised form of some one single stuff. So go to the root. Fine. Good suggestion. Anything else? Externalize, you mean? As a psychiatrist, I will see it in a different way. Yeah. Yeah. Be just non-judgmental and then see the problem as it is, then you might get solution. Fine.
Develop your skill set to deal with the problem.
Develop your skills. Good. You are telling something. Yeah. Yeah. Correct. So that gives an important message. It could be the same problem, just listening to that same boring lecture. Maybe for one group of people it's boring, for some people it's inspiring and interesting. So where is the problem? Is it the problem with the person who is speaking, or is the problem with the people who are listening? Very difficult. Sorry, background of? Yeah, fine. So now I'm just going to shift from Western psychology viewpoint towards Indian psychology. Even though my experience is more to do with Western science, psychology or psychiatry, whatever you want to call, but the most fascinating thing is actually not in Western psychology. It's in Indian psychology. I don't know how much you are aware of this, how much you appraise this thing. For example, even if you think about positive psychology or any other people who have spoken a little bit about Indian side of psychology, whether it is Carl Jung or Maslow's theory, whoever it is, They are all like different packages containing the same very old ancient stuff, which is very powerful. Okay. So from Indian viewpoint, if you look into the real root for all these problems, it's just only one thing. Of course, you have told it in different words, but I would like to package all those things into one single word as ignorance. Again, it seems like very familiar, like a kind of philosophical talk. I think you would have come across this word very frequently, but I'm going to really make you think about what is this ignorance. Anybody wants to just share your views? What do you mean by this word ignorance?
Absence of wisdom.
Absence of wisdom. हाँ जी. हाँ जी. Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. So in fact, all of us know this, what they are telling. But knowing is something different, and then being aware of what you know is totally different. There is a huge difference between knowing and then being aware of all the things that you have, all that you know. I'm just going to demonstrate this right in front of you. So that's why I told at the beginning, I'm not going to tell anything new. You already know that. But none of us are using it. None of us are practicing that. I'm just going to make you realize that we are not practicing even though we know that. Okay. Can you? Sorry? Fine, okay. Let's not get into those philosophy, Patanjali Yoga Sutras, all those things. But we are discussing about that only, but in a different way. Good. So what is this thing I'm holding? Mic. I want the answer from everyone. What is this? Oh, you have become very particular. Fine, black mic. I think now somebody will add a black mic with a red ring. Fine. What is this? Mic. Any other answer is there? Oh, great. Cordless mic. Fine. It's an instrument to convey the message in a louder form. Fine. You are coming a little closer to my answer. Any other answer? What is this? Hope I am not doing that. Because it's directly, I feel like it's for me, fine.
That's a perception. It is said that a good speaker should not keep holding
Achha. Okay. Great. Yeah. Okay. So let me refine the question again now. Is the word that is used to represent this mic is really mic? Is the word that is used to represent this mic is really mic? So then what it is? That's what somebody has told already. From there we have got this answer. Yeah. Then what is mic?
There's nothing like a mic.
Sorry?
There's nothing like a mic. We give it the name of mic.
Okay.
To the set of objects which are similar.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what they also have told. I'm coming to that point now. So one is the name that is used to represent this thing is not mic. Do you all agree with that? Yes? Yes? No? No? Okay, fine. Is there anybody else who want to say no? For this question, no, or it's the... Okay. Fine, there are few people maybe. The second thing is, some people have described what it is instead of giving a name. Yeah. So next question is, can we call the description as a mic?
We can choose to call it XYZ also, but that name
Yeah,
mistake.
yeah,
It's not a mic because it is something.
yeah.
You give that the name of a mic.
Correct. Yeah. So this is the most important key message which I want to drive today. The message is, anything you take in this universe, whether it is a human being, whether it is this mic, whether it is the food that you have tasted morning, whatever it is, there are three things attached with any stuff that you take. One is, I don't want to use English word actually, because I don't think it would actually convey the exact message. People who are from yoga background, they might actually heard these terms, but this is a very common term. Maybe it might be understood in different ways. One is Shabd. Second thing is Arth. Third thing is people who are from yoga background. Sorry? Okay. So third thing is Gyan. Shabd, Arth, Gyan. So when we say mic, the word mic is just a shabd. It's just some sound which we have created for ourselves. For the people who do not even know the language English, still the mic is there for them also, which conveys very clearly the term mic is not mic. For communication's sake, we have created that. We have developed that. Same thing applies for knowledge. I would not even call that as knowledge, because especially people who are BKs here, they might understand knowledge in a different way, Gyan in a different way. I would like to call that as information basically. For example, the moment when I said name is actually not mic, then you started describing based on all the information that you know about mic. But all this information is not actually mic, which is Gyan. Better term would be maybe information. The third thing is the actual stuff itself, which cannot be explained, which can only be experienced. As a stuff, it is something. Can you just become one with that and understand whatever the stuff you are talking about as it is? This is where the role of meditation comes. The more and more you try to understand things as they are, you know about the universe exactly as it is. And in fact, that should start only from you. Until and unless you understand yourself, there is nothing that you can understand which is beyond you. Because for you, the universe begins from you only. If you are not there, universe is still there, but for you it is not there at all. So this is one of the most important key message that you will see repeating again and again any kind of philosophy you see, particularly Indian philosophy. And in fact, this is one of the backbone for especially people like you, psychologists. Why is it? Because we live most of the times with our identities, with our labels, with all the kinds of positions that we have, which is nothing but the descriptions of us. The more and more you stick with these things and then try to carry out, execute all the things, whatever you are doing, whether it is profession, whether it is your personal work or your family related work, you cannot empower either yourself or others, or you cannot exactly give what you think you want to give to others. So when Shrikant Bhai started, he just gave a thought. I am a powerful being or soul. I am just exactly talking about that. What is the meaning of that becoming powerful being? When you become that actual stuff who you are, when you understand things as they are, instead of getting trapped with different kinds of languages that are associated with that, different kinds of information that are connected with that, if you directly connect with that actual original stuff itself, you get that gut feeling that you can achieve anything, because that has immense potential, infinite possibilities. You cannot imagine. The moment when you start to experience that, you know you can do more, much better than what you are currently thinking. You need not actually learn from others. Others still may be of use for you just for some kind of triggers. The moment when you listen, yes, I know, I got what I am supposed to get. Now I can manage by myself. Whether it is your education, whether it is related to your profession, wherever you go, you just need some kind of trigger, that's it. After that, you have the stuff with you. You can just go ahead. There is no limit for you to achieve. So related to self, empowering yourself in the context of whatever the explanation, whatever the discussion we had now, Shabd, Arth and then Gyan. How much we are leading a kind of a life with so much of mask or false identities, you cannot imagine. Who are we? Who is that original stuff? We are not even aware of that at all. Until and unless you are aware of that, where is the question of empowering yourself? You cannot empower yourself. And this is very, very important for psychologists for one reason, because psychology is all about not what you read. Whether it is conditioning, reinforcement, modeling, this, that, it's all fine. That will give a kind of confidence and trust for the people. The moment when you demonstrate, this is my degree, this much I have understood, these are all the confidence I organize. But when you really talk to the people, what really matters is only two things. One is, are you able to connect with the person who is in front of you? Which is technically called as therapeutic alliance. For this, you need not become a psychologist. Everybody knows this. Mother is able to connect with her child. A teacher is able to connect with their students. Two friends are able to connect amongst themselves. When I say connect, there is an experience. It's not just some kind of theory discussion. It's an experiential thing. So this sort of connection is the core of psychotherapy or counseling, without which your degree doesn't matter at all. Your skill doesn't matter at all. It's almost like nothing. But with this thing, you can build up anything. So this therapeutic alliance, what I'm saying, you can build it much, much better based on how much you are self-empowered. What is this self-empowerment? It's nothing but going to that core existential self of your, that core, what to call, psyche or whatever the name you want to give. If you want to realize this much more, if somebody asks you who you are, I think now you would have become smart. You will not tell the regular answers maybe. But if you think just a little bit retrospectively, if you just peel off all the answers that we might otherwise give regularly, there was at some point in our life, there was not even name, but we were still there. Who was that person who was there? And if you look into the core aspect of that self, which had no name, which had no identities, nothing was there. That was the most beautiful aspect of ourself. I'm sure all of us have this experience. Maybe you can call that as your inner child. So for that child, there was nothing called as problem at all. Again, I'm repeating, there was nothing called as a problem at all, even though all the three questions that we discussed are still true. Problems are there for everyone. It keeps on increasing and it keeps coming in new, different ways. With this context, I'm saying there was no problem at all for that inner child. And that child is still there inside you. Until and unless you connect with that core self, there is nothing called as self-empowerment. And this is very, very important for you for two reasons. One is to establish that connection. Because in that connection only you can listen. We all might know, listening itself does magic. It does almost 80% of your work, counseling, therapy, whatever it is. The other side of the story is listening, it's like kind of a double-edged sword. On one side it is like it heals the people, but on the other hand for you, it is like a kind of burden. The more and more you keep listening to their stories, when you internalize those things and when you become patient, you never know. So this is the other side of the sword. So again, the solution for this burnout also, it's the same thing, self-empowerment. The more you are self-empowered, you know clearly this is the boundary beyond which if I try to do something, I will not be in a better position to help them, to empower them. So let me take a break. Let me reflect on myself. Then I can work out. Okay. So this is the hardcore philosophy or wisdom which comes from this very place where we are born. Whatever we are getting attracted to, the so-called Western psychology, it's good for science. You can publish papers, you can do a lot of things, but for really giving something to the people, this much is more than sufficient. Okay. And just along with this, only one more important thing I want to add, and that is, somebody has told at the back, wait and watch. Many a times, even if you are completely empowered, even if you have all the skills, all the qualifications, all the experience, completely empowered, at times situation can still overturn the entire story. Always there are certain things which you cannot do, even if you are completely equipped. We are at such situation now. The time where we are living is filled with full of uncertainty. Okay. Even if you are completely empowered, sometimes you cannot manage. And the only solution for that is just wait and watch. Everything will get all right. Okay. So this is the main message which I wanted to convey. Now we are just going to do one simple activity, and this activity is just to peel off all the kinds of identities that we have. Because we have been listening this, understand that you are a soul, understand that you are a being, and this empowers you. But what I'm supposed to do, should I just sit and repeat this thought? When I interact with people, what I need to do? Most of the times the problems what we usually see is, it's to do with people basically. I cannot tolerate the way they are talking. It could be sometimes at the office, it could be sometimes at the home, or it could be at some other place. Okay. So if you really want to practice something called as soul consciousness, so that you can empower yourself, I am just going to give a formula. It is just like a kind of pill. Okay. And there is nothing understanding in this, you just have to do it. They say values cannot be taught. It has to be caught. So I am just going to give you the formula. I cannot make you apply. It is up to you to use it. It's just like a kind of trial and error. There is no manual for that. It's just a formula. You have to just do it and then see what comes to you. Again, do it and see what comes to you. But that's the solution. So the formula is like this. It's always going to be only person A and then person B. Okay? And there are only 4 different possibilities. One is person A is wrong, B is right. Second is person A is right, B is wrong. Third is A and B both are wrong. Fourth is both are right. Being both right is also a problem. In fact, that is a bigger problem many times. I am right, you don't know. They think I am right, you also don't know. So these are the only 4 different possibilities that you will come across, which we call as a problems in the context of human relations. And the strategy to manage these 4 different kinds of possible problems. First one is, I am wrong, the other person is right. Solution for this is, just go and say sorry, that's it. If you do not have the courage to tell in front of them, fine. Develop that courage by sitting somewhere in silence and then talk to yourself, I am sorry. Immerse that person, talk inside you. Definitely you will get courage, then you can go and talk to that person also. Don't think about what the person will think. Will they think like, yeah, this person has become submissive, I can still misuse this person? You will get to know if they think like that. If that is the scenario, then you draw your boundary. Nobody is just asking you to just be submissive for others saying sorry, sorry. Then you will end up with some other problems. So the solution for the first situation is be honest that you have made a mistake. There is no magical formula, you have to just do it. We teach these things to our kids, but we don't practice this. We just keep all these things aside comfortably. But these are very, very powerful things. The second thing is, if the person B is wrong, usually what we do is we just jump to teach them. I will teach you that you are wrong. I have been always right. Yes, you have to teach them at some point of time, but before you do that, first forgive them. When I say forgive, what does that mean? It's not like some hi-fi terms related to spirituality or religion. It all just means give them enough space and time so that they can listen to you at the right time. Till then, you just have to remain quiet. So this is what I call as forgiving. Once you make such a ground, then you can teach them. That will do a lot of wonders. The third thing is, A and B both are wrong. The commonest strategy that most of us usually do is, they are only doing all these kinds of nonsense. Who are they to tell me? And nobody knows, even if I do like this. Never try to justify your wrongdoings based on others' wrongdoings. Then you will actually end up with a kind of vicious cycle. That loop never ends, but definitely it gives return to you. Whether the other person is getting or not, that is immaterial, but definitely you will get a return. What goes comes around. You cannot escape. Okay. The last one is humility and then patience, which is what we have discussed. Yes, wait and watch. At times, both of them may be right. The moment when you think like they are also stubborn and I also don't want to leave it, could this be a possibility that both of us are right? If the situation is dragging for a longer time, they also don't want to give up and I also don't want to give up. Just take a moment and then go a step back and then think about, is this such a possibility where both are right? And this requires a lot of humility and then patience, where you just have to see things as it unfolds. So if you are able to apply this formula, this is one of the most practical and powerful way to empower yourself. And this is one of the most powerful way to practice this thing called as soul consciousness. Because whether you like it or not, all the time you are with someone. Even if nobody is there, there is something deep inside you which keeps on chattering. And if you just open that chatter and then see there will be people. So always you are with people only. So if you are able to apply these things, I can guarantee you that you can empower yourself. If you empower yourself as a psychologist, you can establish that therapeutic alliance, which is 80% of the healing by itself. And third thing is, you will never have something called as burnout, because you know your boundary, you know your energy level. And at the same time, you also know how much I need to help others, how much there is a demand from people. Okay. So with this, I'll stop here. So the exercise that we are going to do is, you can just make pairs amongst yourself. We are just going to talk to each other. Consider that you are A and then the other person is B. Take the first situation, tell them, I am sorry, I made a mistake. It is just a simulation, no doubt. It might look very funny, but I can guarantee you, whenever you make mistake, when you go outside, you will definitely remember this table, you will remember this mic, you will remember this thing. And this remembrance is nothing but your awareness, and this awareness is putting things into practice what you already know. Can we do this? Fine. So you can just make pair amongst yourself. We'll just have only 3 minutes because it's just a simulation. Okay. Yeah. Let's take first situation, A and then B. A is wrong, B is right. What's the solution? Honesty. You just have to tell to the person in front, sorry, I made a mistake. And then change the role, A and B. That's it. Yeah. We are just making a memory, impressions inside you, nothing else. I hope you are not doing a mental rehearsal. I am not hearing any sorry at all. So if you are done, just put up your hands. We'll go to the next situation. Change the roles. Change the roles and finish the first situation. I hope you would have finished the first situation. Let's move to the second situation. Don't make it much dramatic. Second situation is A is right, B is wrong. I think it could have covered. Yeah, when you have exchanged your role. Okay, let's move on to the third one. Both A and B are wrong. So what is the solution? What's the solution? Yeah, don't justify. Otherwise, you can have this word far-sightedness, durandeshi. Whatever you are doing, it is going to come back. So better don't repeat what others are doing. Don't take that as justification. Yeah. 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 When both are wrong, you can just talk to them. Yes, I could see some of the shortcomings of you, but this is how I want to be. I would like to differ from you, whether it is comfortable to you or not, but this is how I want to be, with that politeness. Because this is one of the commonest situations that you come across in your office also. The person who is above you, superior, they do lots of malpractice. Unless you give help for them, it becomes a serious problem for you. You have to differ, but at the same time you should not spoil your life also, because there are certain things in their hand. Okay? Yeah. That's the scenario maybe you can imagine. Yes, yes. Yes. I don't agree with you. I would like to differ. That's fine. That's fine. Okay? Done? You can just raise your hands. I could see smile in many of the faces. Maybe this is the first time you are solving problems with smiling. Achha, okay. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the fourth situation. Okay, we'll discuss separately. I think we are running out of time also. Let's move on to the fourth one. Fourth one, what you can do as an interaction. Both are right. What can you interact? You also could be right. Just let's wait and see. Yeah. Humility and patience. Okay, done? Okay. So we'll close here. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Yes. I know that my topic is handling setbacks, and the so-called mic has been given to me once the time is already over. I'm in between you and your lunch, so I will try to handle firstly that setback. So I'll try to be as short as possible, maybe 10 minutes. But I think it's a little... Can we show it on this one, or because of this, it will not be. No, I can come over there, but I'm seeing display. Okay, you're putting it here. Thank you. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So fine, as I was telling you, handling setbacks. I know because I'm among psychologists, lots of spiritual as well as psychology related talks has been discussed already. I'll go straight to my field. I'll not say that cognition has not been handled by all of you, but yes, maybe because of my experience, I was with defense research for 37 years. I found it, cognition being an important dimension also, but somewhere in India it is little less addressed. That is what? क्योंकि हमारी जितनी भी adversaries आती हैं, as he said it, he was trying to say that empower or create resilience among you for multiple handling the setbacks and all. But even after that, or if we are not able to handle it, our cognitive abilities should not decline. So that was my area. क्योंकि हम लोगों को even after all these reasons, even if let me assume that we are not empowered, can we still be cognitively healthy? I'm not saying behaviorally healthy, so that's what my area of work has been. And very simple, as far as physical health parameters are very well known, vital. The same way cognitive health parameters are also few. अगर मेरी याददाश्त ठीक है, that means I'm a little cognitively healthy. If I'm able to plan still intact, I'm better. If I'm able to take proper decision even after adverse situations, that means kind of healthy. So that's what I'm trying to convey. That was my area of work. Being short again, I'll try to say, I'll skip many slides. I'm sorry, you will permit me. Because of whatever situations or technological advancements. जैसे कि हम लोग फाइटर पायलट का लेते थे ना, कि उसको अगर पहले 7 डिस्प्ले देखने होते थे, आज की डेट में बिकॉज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजीज देयर आर मे बी 20 डिस्प्लेज विच ही हैज टू हैंडल इट. पहले अगर उसको 10 सेकेंड अगर मिल रहे थे, नाउ ही इज सपोज टू टेक मिली सेकेंड डिसीजन. सो दैट मीन्स कॉग्निटिव लोडिंग इज कंटिन्यूसली बीइंग इंक्रीज्ड. वी आर गेटिंग वेरी शॉर्ट टाइम टू हैंडल critical situations. So in that case, what we can do, we can try to, as he was talking about empowering, I am talking about enhancement part because of being in a defense. I am not talking about cognitive rehabilitation part. That was also an area. But enhancement part is, हम लोग किसी भी तरीके से कर सकते हैं, whether with the help of holistic, means meditation, music, by these things we can improve our cognitive abilities. Second part comes with the help of technology, again, virtual reality, augmented reality, artificial intelligence. There are multiple areas which me and my group has been working on those lines. And there are wonderful results. So that's what I said it. I am going to skip all this. All these technologies, whether they are helping, they are challenging, whether we are going into real world or virtual world, again the kinds of challenges. Whether we like it or not, technology is anyhow penetrating in our life in any format. Maybe even if I am old age person, but still I am supposed to use that technology, and that time of the challenges, can I handle it? So with that, I think the kinds of work which I'm sure many of you might be knowing, I'm just leaving these words. The further slides also I'll skip. I'll take one itself. Impulsivity. I think many of you might be already aware, because of multiple reasons, impulsivity is continuously increasing. Maybe among us also, but in case of a future generation, I think it is very well known. So there are multiple, all these factors. I'm not talking about anyone. But let me come. I'm sorry because I said it that I'll try to handle that. Let me say about anxiety part. I think yesterday also I said that. I'll repeat it because the data which is alarming one. Why I'm sharing with you, many of you might have already done that kind of a research, कि हम लोगों में anxiety, depression, such kinds of, or attention deficit disorder or attention deficit hyperactivity disorders, all these keywords are not new to all of you. But I don't know, we can't increase the number of psychiatrists, we can't increase the number of psychologists, and then also we are not handling the situation. Actually, we are managing them. So, how utilizing the technology in such a way, and how utilizing both the groups. Like, for example, you are sitting in a spiritual campus. You have been sitting in your campuses, you have been handling it in your way. Can we work together? Can we think together? Can we work together? That's what is the aim of my discussion with you. So in that sense, if we can work together, again, it is my own example. Since last more than 20 years, we have been using meditation even for soldiers to improve their cognitive abilities, and with wonderful results, with wonderful publications related to that. So I'm not saying that about those publications and how to improve those kinds of multitasking capabilities and these kinds of situations. I'm sorry again. But again, like for singularity, I was again addressing yesterday also, we can't stop artificial intelligence. It has entered, even if maybe I'm 60 years of age, I am using it very less. But the child who is the future generation is using it from today even without understanding and all. So whatever the kinds of problems will come, but can we still handle it in such a way that AI is not going to compromise my human intelligence part? So that is one. But anyhow, the singularity, it is going to create further challenges. Further challenges means, I'll try to say that machine is going to take over lots of, that people understand jobs, people understand AI will take the jobs. But I'm going to say it differently. It is not going to take up or eat away our jobs. It is going to modify our abilities differently to handle different situations which anyhow are coming. So in that case, if we can utilize technology also in a much positive way, which our group known as SpARC, which you have already heard in first session, Spiritual Application Research Center, wherever in whichever field we are. Because I'll just convey a message, like I was giving a lecture in IIT Roorkee, and the topic was, I was giving that in Department of Management, and it was an international conference, so I was talking about how to improve the corporate performance based on spirituality. So based on performance enhancement, if you are talking, they are going to listen. But if anything else, if you are going to, then they are not going to listen because you're talking with the corporate people and all. But the topic was again spirituality. So how among their corporate people, whether I'm a boss or I'm a subordinate, as he has been explaining wonderfully, we have to inculcate that, but to inculcate that, again, we have to show the reflection. Like for example, as he's a doctor, if he says that by taking this pill, as he was talking in the last pill, so if by taking this pill, if the result is not coming the way, let me say simple pill related to BP. If you are not able to measure that BP, finally it is not coming to 80, 120, you are not going to accept those pills and all. So the same dimension in case of physiology or let me say pharmacological science, it has been done lots of facts and figures. But in case of psychology and psychology with spirituality, and finally using technology, giving actually facts and figures, that based on meditation, how I am able to regulate my heart rate variability, or how I am able to stabilize my brain patterns. That means I am still in an alpha state of mind. That means I am fully cool and calm, but perfectly alert. So for that reason, there are also both the methods. So I think I am going for the last few slides, because two of my students who are actually Brahma Kumaris, but they are physics student doing PhD with my department, which is presently psychology. That's again a different example, because he's a medical doctor, worked on PhD on psychiatry part. He's in technology. He is with IIT. I'm from technology background. I did my BTech, MTech and PhD in technology background, but I'm Dean School of Psychology. So that's again, you are seeing a good combination over here. But there we are trying to handle, for example, one project is like to promote well-being and success of school students. I call it, you catch them as young as possible. In case if you are trying to handle the problem once I'm already 60 plus, then it will become a little more difficult, but that also has to be handled. But if we can catch them young. So in that case, if we can try to catch the school children, and then presently the government also has changed the NEP, new education policy. I think everybody knows social and emotional learning has become a component for that. I'm not saying we'll be able to eradicate their problems, but definitely we'll be able to reduce their problems if it is handled in a much nicer way. And that's where we are trying to work, how to use this meditation part for their social emotional learning, but finally improving their academic performance, which most of the teachers or most of the school managers or most of the parents do want. Finally, we try to understand the students who are actually facing the music. So can we understand them and can we handle that? So that's the kind of, in association with Brahma Kumaris, we are trying to develop the training, complete training modules, which is to be handled starting from, I was yesterday only talking to Dr. Ramjem, can we start something on preschoolers also? Because we are trying to address at present 6 to 8 standard, 6 to 8th standard. But then because before that, in case I'm sure many of you might be knowing about psychological test battery, cognitive test battery, quality of life scales and multiple scales, which we will try to handle that. That is one, I'm sure I'm skipping again these slides because since last 2 decades, US and Europe has been doing all these kinds of programs. No doubt we have got up late, but we have still got up because we were the first one. In case of our Gurukul, all these things were already addressed. So can we handle it? That's what is my PhD student, which she is doing it. Then another one is, again, I think the people who were yesterday, this is related to smartphone user addiction, but it is, I am saying digital addiction. All kinds of digital addiction is already become a part of our life. I'm using word addiction, I know that what it means. And can we handle it? So again, for that reason also the PhD student is trying to work on. मैं उसका बहुत छोटा सा again अपना शब्द और meditation use करूँगा. Like cognitive control. मैं उसको भी शायद थोड़ा सा difficult हो जाएगा. मैं let me use another word. Default mode network. मैं उसको भी बहुत crude language में बोलता हूँ because हम लोगों के यहाँ भी mixed audience भी होगी. कि अगर मैं जब कुछ नहीं करता हूं तब भी ये कुछ कर रहा है, वो क्या कर रहा है? Is that okay? So default mode network, we try to explain that way. Or in case of a long meditators, the wonderful study was found that कि उनका वो बहुत कुछ नहीं करता है उस समय, because that tries to, because the way हम लोगों के लिए सोना जरूरी है, इसके लिए भी relaxation जरूरी है. That's why if in case if you have been in this campus, maybe you might have heard the music after every hour. So that's a pause to your lots of processing, lots of neuronal circuits which you are jumbling up. Can you relax them? Can you allow them to rejuvenate and all? So can we have those kinds of cognitive controls by using this meditative practices, and can we come out of these digital addiction related problems? So with that, I think I will stop it here. But what we are trying to say, I'll go again for the, here. So I said it, my aim is that can we work together? So being psychologists, being a spiritualist, being academicians, being professionals, can we work together and solve the issue of the society? That issue could be with young adults, could be with kids, could be with corporates. Can we define the roles which what you can do, what we can do, what this organization where you are sitting, it's a wonderful ecosystem platform which has been doing spiritual elevation work since last more than 80 years. So can we join hands? Can we become researchers? Because present generation, in case if you don't show them facts and figures, as I told you related to BP pills, then they will not accept it. So in those lines, can we be together? That's my aim. हम लोगों का अगर मैं कोई से भी शब्द इसमें से उठा लूँ, for example, sleep quality. Our all long-term meditators, they all get up at 3:30 without any compromise related to sleep quality. But I'm sure many of you might be knowing what is the situation in case of present young generation. Not only with them, including us. So in that case, can we try to adopt these? Can we try to show them with facts and figures? And can we think together? I was blessed to meet few of them. Again, let me, on the rightmost side, she's a psychologist. She's an Indian psychologist. Maybe many of you, by the name, you must be knowing Amishi Pija. If you can surf it, if you know, well, fine. But she is doing wonderful piece of work with US Defense, being a psychologist, but on mindfulness-based meditation for not only defense personnels, but even including all kinds of caregivers and whatnot for them. So she has been developing the module. So again, Indian psychologist. So in the last, I'll go back to my topic, which I said it, handling setbacks. जहाँ से हमारे डॉक्टर रामजैम ने शुरू किया था, वहाँ पर मैं एंड करूँगा. I am also facing a problem. You may give me that solution because I am now Dean School of Psychology. He said it, Indian psychology. But all of my faculty are educated by the Western psychology, even the topic known as Indian psychology. Then how to handle and how to teach that Indian psychology part itself is a big challenge. But no doubt, not to praise my university, we are trying to put those steps in, I call it, मैं normally इस तरीके से बोलता हूँ, we are trying to cover from east to west. That means we are trying to teach Indian psychology methods, but we are trying to validate with the help of AIML, with the help of EG-based patterns, utilizing, developing the challenges in virtual reality mode, because in case of a real situation, you can't monitor lots of EG and things like that, and then see the effect, how a good resilience has been developed. Let me say, Dr. Amjam, if he is the subject. With that, I'll end it here. I know that I have still taken 20 minutes, while I promised that I'll try to finish it in 10 minutes. So I'm still doubly, which I try to do that. I'm living that all these things, these are all published work by US Defense and by Indian psychologists. जो मैंने research या facts and figures का किया है, this is by the latest current and mindfulness में अगर 447 अगर आप देख सकते हैं 2023 के publications हैं. So in case if we can do together, if we can join hands, we can definitely work together. We are already creating a kind of an ecosystem in our Brahma Kumaris to create the complete database patterns, whether it is behavioral, cognitive, neural, with all educational, research, national or international organizations we have been already working. So we'll we will love to join hands with you also. Thank you. Om Shanti. And I was there in between you and your lunch. If any short one or two quick question, I will try to. No, if it's not there, I think you are feeling hungry. मैं उसमें भी मजाक करता हूँ normally. Either what I said was all French or it was all understood well. Thank you. So we'll end up with 1 minute silence.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ramjayam Bhai and also Dr. Sushil Chandra Bhai, for your wonderful presentations and also the interactive session that Ramjayam Bhai gave to all of you. Now we will all go to the dining building. You'll all go to the first floor in the dining block to hall number 6, where you will have your lunch. I would just like to mention that the food in Brahma Kumaris is purely vegetarian and it is prepared without onion and garlic. It's very sattvic food. So eat it in a divine remembrance and a divine feeling. And please come back to this hall at 2:30 p.m.